Let's talk more about the Great Awakening map. So this is the map that has completely transformed my life, sent me down many rabbit holes. But mainly, I want to talk about today the Secret Space Program section and a person on there, which you can't see right now. I will change it in a sec. Brian O'Leary. So I've only researched literally Brian O'Leary and Carol Rosin a little bit, like barely with her. But Brian O'Leary is like the really big rabbit hole I went down, and it really made me believe in this map and free energy and whatnot. So I'm going to just go ahead and get out of the way and play a clip for you guys to show you what he says about free energy. By the way, I am so glad I screen recorded this years ago because they took down the YouTube interview of this. So on Project Camelot's website, you can still access the transcript and the MP3, I want to say, but no MP4 video. But I have parts of the video because I like these sections, so I will go ahead and share.
Various professional organizations has proven beyond any reasonable doubt that these forms of energy are unprecedented. They do exist. The Wright brothers have already flown on this one. We're just not making practical use. And the reason why we're not making practical use of these energy sources is because they are suppressed actively. The people that work on these things are threatened, assassinated, and manipulated, bought off. When somebody gets near realization, that's when the big boys go in. And this has happened again and again and again. So that's a very important part of the awareness training of the general public, and it's also part of the very important work that Project Camelot is doing, which is to interview many people formerly in the inside, maybe still in the inside. I've never been on the inside, but I sure know how the inside works and what their agenda is and their motivations, which flies in the face of developments, potential developments as free energy. And we all know also, and many people don't quite understand it, is, well, if it's real, then we'd have it by now. Just go down to Kmart and get my little solid-state power pack, and we can go off the grid system. Everything is clean, everybody's happy. But it doesn't quite work out that way. It takes money and time to develop it, so we need an Apollo program for new energy. New energy meaning vacuum energy, cold fusion, advanced hydrogen and water technologies. There's quite a long list of technologies, any one of which would do it. But it's going to take effort to develop these energy sources. So the energy solution revolution, I address less the technical issues because the internet and the general literature is just full of information on the technologies themselves. But instead, I've looked at the political and social questions and the educational questions. You know, why is it that otherwise intelligent people would not embrace this possibility if it's going to solve the energy problem? And of course, people don't do it for a number of reasons. There have been a number of studies done. It's really a social science question as to why there's such resistance to this change. Bertrand Russell one time said the resistance to a new idea increases as the square of its importance. And if we're talking about supplanting a $4 billion energy industry, highly polluting with a clean energy that's cheap and decentralized, then we're talking about a paradigm shift. And the powers that be don't want that to happen.
I'm sorry, like, if you're a hater and if you're going to comment negative things about this, then I probably should have prefaced it in the beginning, but like, I do not care what you have to say. I don't think he's a kook. I think he is a very genuine person, and the way he conveys himself, I think he obviously is very educated and literally worked with Carl Sagan. You got to watch the whole interview. This guy really does have some authority behind the things he's saying, and like, he should be a respected individual. And if you think what he's saying isn't true, then that's fine, but like, I do, and it makes a lot of sense.